Hey everyone, thanks again for joining us on our Thursday wellness series. Every Thursday we have a wellness talk, and today's talk we've got Alexander May. Alexander, did I say it right? May?
Yeah, you did.
Alexander May and Lindsay Mann, who've had before, and they're going to be giving you a little, opening clearing and a talk about what amazing work they do. So Alexander, I'm going to hand it off to you and go for it.
Thank you so much, love. Hello, everyone. My name is Alexander May, and I am a psychic medium and a healer. I've been studying since I was 9 years old, and I weave many techniques together to clear trauma and pain from the mental, physical, and the spiritual body, and to replace it with your own greatness that's already pre-existing within you. So I'm not really that special. I'm just a catalyst. So I would like to do an amazing energy clearing on everyone to kind of set the tone for what we're going to do. I saw Lindsay laugh. She's like, you're always trying to.
Like, you are amazing. You're so.
I know. It's to humble myself so I don't get an ego, because there's an ego under here somewhere, So just be okay with it. Okay. So everyone, close your eyes. And imagine that there is a golden ball of energy going down into the center of the earth. It's the size of a soccer ball. And then see that this energy is coming up and out through all of your chakra centers and out and into an iridescent bright white light. Creator of all that there is, it is commanded to do healing, clearing, and activation work on everyone listening and not listening on a global scale today. Creator, it is commanded to clear all the shock, stress, and trauma and the emotional baggage that anyone is hanging on to, I am hanging on to, on a global scale, listening and not listening, to be sent to the light core level, genetic level, history level, soul level, DNA, RNA, master cell, pineal gland, all lifetimes, all dimensions, all realms, mitochondria of the cells. Thank you, show me. It is done. It is done. Replace this with unconditional love, freedom from pain and suffering, and show everyone listening and not listening what that feels like on a global scale. And then let's see one more thing. Anywhere and everywhere we feel disempowered by a person, a place, or an institution, it is commanded to revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate all of those energies, and just to let all of the light in through all of the control, all of the obsessive compulsive things about the economy, things about life, things about our relationships ending and beginning, perhaps too quickly for everyone, maybe too slow. Let's just destroy and uncreate all that energy and just replace it with the love and the light of God or the universe, whatever you want to call it. Okay, integrating, healing, harmonizing, and balancing. And then, Lindsay, do you want to add on to this, or do you want me just to pass the mic to you? What would you like to do?
It feels like completing the clearing, and then I'll kind of just jump into things after.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
This feels good. That's why I feel
so good.
I'm such a fan. I love Alex's clearing. So
I love you. Thank you.
And I love that you just know like how many of us need that very specifically, right? So
girl, I can feel it. Let me tell you, I feel everything. Right. And I'm just going to integrate everything and then pass the energy to Lindsay to finish it off. Thank you, God. Whew. Whew.
How many of us really just resonated with feeling disempowered and power? And you know, with the current global climate and everything we're experiencing, you know, I'm excited to be speaking with you all, with Alex specifically today, because the topic that we're discussing today is bringing in awareness. And if we don't know, we don't know, right? If we're not aware of the things that are affecting us, the patterns just continue to repeat. And what's so exciting about the work that Alex and I do is that sometimes the ways that we're being triggered and traumatized, the reasons that it is so big and can feel like it's overtaking us is because it could be coming from experiences we've had in past lives.
Mm-hmm.
And the bringing awareness to is currently with being confined. And if you're open, so I work with the Akashic Records, and I'm also a Reiki master. And from the work that Alex does, I feel like the Akashic Records come through when you're working. That comes through as well. So it's with a multitude of work that you do, it's in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we're experiencing things like confinement, it reminds our souls of the times in our past lives when we have been confined. Or when we've been disempowered. It triggers on a soul level those times that we have been significantly disempowered. And so that's why some of these emotional experiences are so massive and so painful. And so with Alex's work and with my work working in the Akashic Records, just by bringing up the story, the past life, the snapshot of when you have experienced that previously, you're allowed to release it. It's like getting to the root of the reason and then releasing it. And sometimes these things are really stubborn. You know, you can have an awareness to it. And then, for example, the clearing work that Alex does and what he just did for us now, if it's really stubborn and it's really stuck there, you would work with someone like Alex to really dig in and clear it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I don't, you know, past lives can trigger some really, really dark, tragic, violent experiences in us. And, you know, I also feel like the way that Alex and I work, like we bring some levity to that, because in working with past lives, we have been everyone, and everyone has been us. We have lived thousands of lives. We have been masters. We have been slaves. We have been animals. We have been plants. We have been energetic entities. We've been everything. And so the Akashic Records, let me explain what that is first. So working in the Akashic Records are the vibrational archives of every soul's journey throughout all its incarnations. So it's all of our past lives. It's everything going on in our current present life, and then all future possibilities. And it's future possibilities because we have free will, and the future is not set in stone. The information that's coming through is coming through for the highest perspective of you and everyone connected to you. And it's coming from a soul perspective, okay? Another way to explain the Akashic Records are it's the electromagnetic imprint of everything that's ever happened. So everything's energy, and atoms continue to exist. They can't be destroyed. They just transform into new things. So when we're having an Akashic Records reading, I'm saying words, vibrations of an opening prayer with the intention of accessing something very specific. So if I'm opening the records on a client, we're opening the records on their soul's journey. And so when they're coming forward having these massive emotional issues, or they feel stuck, or they're curious about transitions they're making in their life, or they want to explore past lives, you can really ask questions about anything, phrased as how, what, and why questions. And so I say the opening prayer, and then we open the records, and then I start channeling the information. And the information is not coming from my consciousness. It's coming from source. It's coming from divine universal consciousness. And sometimes it is enough just to see the experience, just to have the message come through, to share with you, where this is coming from or what direction you're going, just to get an answer. A perspective could be enough to switch it. And then sometimes things are so sedimented and they're so stuck that you would need assistance and need something like a clearing. And, that's why I love working with Alex personally, and referring people to Alex, because sometimes the story keeps coming up and it keeps coming up, and it's like, you just need the extra assistance of someone who can clear things. And, Alex, if you feel like talking about some of like the darker things, because what I love so much about Alex is that, he makes it small and like funny and like not this big scary thing. So when we're talking about feeling disempowered, it's like he can take that out of it in like nothing.
Thank you, Lindsay. You are so very kind. So basically, the thing is that when we are dealing with things like fear or trauma or traumatic events that have happened to us, whether they're mental, physical, or spiritual, there's a lot of charge on it, basically, which means that when I say charge, it means that the impact of that trauma has been imprinted into the body, so that when you think about it, your body's natural physical response is like this, like, And so when we are doing energy clearing to clear the imprinting around stress or trauma that we've had, it is important to be willing to go into that darker space, because what the problem that happens with spirituality is there's a lot of bypass that happens. And the problem that happens with that is if you just say, I'm light all the time, I'm only light all the time, you're actually repressing the parts of yourself that are dark. And they're not evil. They're parts of yourself that need to be illuminated by the light, basically. So, for example, I am a prime example of someone who used to be very, 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 very negative. And I would give off the aspect that I was spiritual and that I was like working on myself all the time. But whenever someone wanted to talk to me about something, like the time I got raped, I was raped one time, and I would go like this. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to say anything about it. And after 6 or 7 years afterwards, eventually I started to realize that I was holding on to that trauma like fuel to propel me forward. And so this is where things get really interesting. When we use emotional intensities as fuel to propel us forward, we are not actually accessing our personal power, and it hurts us and it drains our bodies. So, for example, I'll give you a less intense example. Say I am speaking to one of my mentors and they say something to me and it makes me become very self-critical. If I keep holding on to that judgment and that self-critical energy, I'm not really empowering myself. I'm holding on to that intensity and using it like fuel to propel me forward. So there's a difference between your own personal power and when you use emotions to propel yourself forward. Those are two very different things. Back to you, Lindsay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, a lot of times when we have these like long-standing embodied charged experiences. For example, throughout all of this, like the COVID experience, I had this new sensation in my chest. So for example, where my chest felt really tight, and I'd never had that before. And I almost felt like the bones needed to be cracked, right? Like, what is this? Like, sometimes it's like, it will manifest in your physical body to, keep tapping you. You have to pay attention to this thing. This thing needs your attention. You need to look at it. You need to feel it. What is it? It's telling you something. You need to release it. You need to confront it. You need to release it. And I, opened my records and was inquiring about the crack in my chest. And it came from, and this gets morbid, but this is the work. I mean, this is the work. The past life that came through was that there was a past life where I was an Egyptian. I was a pharaoh of some sort. And I was a mummy. I was in my grave, and there was someone was robbing graves. And when they used like a huge stick or a part of a tree to crack open my grave to steal things from me, from my dead body. And that was the crack in my chest.
Oh.
And so it was this violent thing that happened where in my death, I couldn't find peace. In my death of that life, I couldn't find peace. And so it's very interesting. And it's like it's a tell in this life, it has to do with this long-standing grief that my soul experienced of wanting to find peace. And I believe, when you get kind of placed in a somewhat similar environment, right? So we were confined to our apartments, we're confined to our rooms and experiencing mass grief. And then that story gets triggered. And, I know that's like a morbid thing to bring up, but it, as soon as I kind of heard it and then inquired a little bit more about it, the tension in my chest was released. So, I mean, it can be really wild and wacky and dark like that. But, these are stories, these are our lives, these are the experiences we've had and we've carried on over and over and over. So yeah, it's fascinating stuff. And it can be really funny, and then it can be really like, morbid like that. But, the drawing the attention to it is what adds the levity and allows you to alleviate whatever that story is. So you're like, oh, that's okay. And then you can like let it go. But if you don't know, then you don't know. It just kind of sits there and it festers.
Well, the greatest form of any kind of healing is being uncomfortable. So it's never real, like in my own personal journey that I've noticed, and with all of the people that I've worked with in my life, they change when they pinpoint something that makes them feel uncomfortable. And it's kind of like, trauma's kind of like this. It's like you could put a Band-Aid on the wound, or you could see what the wound is and accept the wound and then clear it up and then put the Band-Aid on it. But the thing is that, especially with energetically clearing things, a lot of people, it's very funny. It's kind of like people want to audit this situation. They're like, no, just clear the energy out. And it's like, no, you're in a human body. So you're in a human body, you're experiencing emotions. You might be like divine and like connected to the divine, but you have a nervous system, you have emotions. So you have to, I always say healing, clearing, and activation, because we're looking at the wound, right? We're clearing it out, we're disinfecting it, seeing what happened, and then we're clearing it out, and then we're activating your personal power underneath it. So It's a 3-tier system that I've come up with, but it's really effective because you have to be willing to look at the parts of you that are uncomfortable to be able to truly evolve. Otherwise, you're just going to keep cycling through the same things over and over and over again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's into the next life. It's like
Yep.
the things that we're not working through, we're not, bringing our awareness to, the things we're not going into the discomfort in this life, we're going to do it next one. You're just gonna keep doing it, because this is like our soul's evolution. It's like, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's profound, and you're absolutely right. Like, it's the discomfort is how we crack open. That's how we stand in our grounded power. That's how we get our power, is by going into the tough stuff and acknowledging it and feeling it. Whether that's whether you end up crying or screaming or maybe laughing, like whatever you have to do to kind of like work it through your system. Yeah. I actually, since like the general topic is bringing in awareness, one of the things that I did to prepare for our conversation today was to open the Akashic Records on awareness and what that is. And I like to do that. I mean, opening the Akashic Records on each other, on our soul's journeys, opening the Akashic Records on planet Earth, on institutions and industries, but it's also fun to open them on subjects. So I feel like, we have our understanding of what is awareness. And then I always like to check in with the Akashic Records, and I'm like, well, what's the Akashic Records perspective on awareness? Before I, kind of do that, Alex, is there anything that you want to share about awareness?
Oh yeah. So, one of my clients that I was speaking to earlier over the phone, a very, 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 very aware individual. I always tell people that so whenever I work with people, I always ask them the question, and then I let them answer the question, right? So I let it access their awareness to empower them. And they'll always say to me, well, don't you want to ask the question? I'm like, no. It's about you. It's not about me. So in our awareness, one of the biggest issues that happens with it is doubt, right? So we always believe that our intuition or our awareness comes from another place or comes from another person, or that we need to learn our awareness from a teacher or a guru, or even from me, or even from Lindsay. But the truth is that we're just helping you access that which is already pre-existing in your DNA, right? So that being said, this guy, wonderful, love him. There was a couple of times on the call where he interrupted me, and he goes, well, what about you? He's like, you know the answer. I bet you know it, and you're not saying it yet. And I was like, no. I was like, you know the answer to everything. You have been answering all of these questions that I've been asking you. So, for example, I would like to give everyone an example of the awareness by asking you some questions, Lindsay, before going into what you're going to say. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a neat little trick from Access Consciousness. They're based out of LLC in Santa Barbara. I always like to shout out them because I like to shout out people who create things. So I'm going to ask a question to access Lindsay's subconscious or insane mind.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say truth, and then ask the question, and then it's an immediate yes or no. It's not a maybe, it's not a I don't know, it's just this. It's gonna come out. Okay, you ready, Lindsay?
Yes.
Okay. So truth, are you a healer?
Yes.
Truth, can you read auras?
No.
Truth, are you able to read my mind?
Yes.
Truth, did you know that?
No.
Truth, do you believe in your personal power, Lindsay?
Yes.
Truth, do you trust in the universe?
Yes.
Mm. Truth, have you always been able to see spirits, Lindsay?
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. Perfect example.
That surprised
So,
me though. Those surprised me
say why, but say why though. Tell people
because
why.
I actually never thought about, have I always been able to see spirits?
So, okay. So it was 2 or 3 things. It was spirits and then reading people's minds, right?
Yeah.
Which you gonna talk about that, or you want to talk about that? Like, what do you?
Well, I didn't know I could read people's minds either. I know I'm highly intuitive. I know I'm
Very,
like 100
very.
steps ahead of people, but I keep my mouth shut.
Yes, very much so. And so I want everybody to understand that now you can understand that there are capacities and abilities that we have that are encoded in our DNA, that are always pre-existing within us, that we are either aware or unaware. And the way that we become aware of that is by asking questions, doing clearings, digging all of that up. So yeah, back to you, Lindsay.
It's so perfect, and that's such an amazing segue, because okay, so this is like understanding your own awareness. Hi, Yosa. Access consciousness too.
Oh, amazing. Hi, baby.
You guys will be fast friends. So in asking, so I keep it very, very basic, and I open the records and I open the records on awareness, and I asked, what is awareness? And the information that comes through was one big eye.
Yep.
No face, no emotions, no details.
Yep. Just
taking a look. It's detached, and awareness is peaceful and non-judgmental. So that's the difference. That's how you can navigate it. And then I got the feeling of what awareness feels like. You will feel clear. Your third eye will feel clear, and your crown chakra feels clear. So you will feel these spaces, they're unaffected. So when you get the busy monkey mind and the headache and all this crazy stuff, that's not awareness. Awareness it's like a knowing, and it comes when this is clear and this feels light. It's not emotional, though it's attuned to understanding the emotion very well. Watching, waiting, and patient. And then I said, how can we best bring awareness? I asked, how can we best bring awareness to ourselves? And the message that came through was right hand over your heart, your head bowed down in honor of all that you are. Bless yourself with self-awareness every day. So there is something, about this position where you close your eyes, you put your hand over your heart, and you honor yourself every single day, and that's awareness. And they said, acknowledge where you're at and be accepting of it. Be at peace with it. Don't resolve to become the thing. Just look at it, dance around it from a 360 point of view. It's not that serious. Let it go. And then they said that bringing awareness, and this is what we're speaking of today, bringing awareness to the root cause in order to acknowledge, accept, clear, and release whatever habit is on repeat in the subconscious. So these are things we've all been talking about, and this was just very directly coming from the records. And they said meditation is the simplest tool for this. We know that, right? If the thing is stubborn, and it was saying, inquire with healers to assist in moving it. Inquire with people. Get outside help. If something's really stubborn, just find your people to help you move it. But first, ask yourself what you need. If it's needing extra pushes and oomph to remove. Because some of these things you can inquire deeply enough to know how to do it for yourself, right? And sometimes we just want a little extra, perspective or an extra assistance from somebody else. And then the last question I asked in regards to awareness was, why do we struggle with awareness so much? And the message was repeat patterns, stuck in patterns, new patterns need to be created. Being aware of awareness is the first step. So even just telling yourself, even just bringing the word awareness into your consciousness, even just saying, I would like to be aware of this aspect of me, just bringing awareness. The hardest part of interrupting a pattern is first acknowledging that there is a pattern. And then when you see the pattern and you say, oh, that again, that's the hardest part. Because then from there you can decide, I want to do something different.
Mm.
So those were the messages that came through on awareness today.
Wow, that was really amazing, Lindsay. Thank you. So immediately I got that we need to do a clearing around that, because there's something about blocks to awareness, blocks to self. Actually, yeah, blocks to self-empowerment, patterns, and codon rings. So I want to explain something to people that's really cool before we do the clearing. So when I look at people, I see different types of generations and fragmentations and things like that. And whenever people are talking about breaking out of a cycle or breaking out of a pattern, they always make it a bad thing or wrong, right? But the truth is that there are new patterns, as Lindsay said, to go into. There are new cycles. So whenever I clear energy out of people, I always see their patterns shatter and then new patterns are created. So it's about taking us out of the judgment around the pattern and the behavior pattern, because there's actually nothing wrong with that at all whatsoever. So, oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. So everyone go ahead and close their eyes. Whew. Okay. Anywhere and everywhere we are holding on to, invoking and perpetrating the blocks to awareness, the blocks to self-empowerment, and resisting and persisting against the patterns that we could be choosing, that if we let go of the old patterns in our life would welcome in a new vibrant energy to let us choose our own personal power. Anywhere and everywhere we are holding on to this that is commanded to destroy and uncreate all of those energies, all of the oaths, vows, fealties, communities, swearings, contracts, obligations, objects, and entities, and any Mobius strips or quantum particulates holding that in place. It is commanded to destroy and uncreate all of those energies. And I'm seeing within everyone's heart this like pink diamond light. So this is literally the energy of unconditional love. So what everyone is going to do is you're just going to put both your hands over your heart, and then you're going to slowly pull that energy out in front of you, right? And then you're going to raise it over your head, and then let your hands slowly fall down by your sides, and you're going to see this pink diamond shatter and all of this pink light radiate and pierce through your entire body so that it recycles. Creator, it is commanded to call upon and to invoke the energy of, who is it? Venus. Creator, it is commanded to call upon all of the sigils of Venus in the Tetragrammaton. Gabriel before you, Raphael behind you, Michael to your right, Uriel on your left side. Gabriel before you, Raphael behind you, Michael to your right, Uriel on your left side in the circle of fire. It is commanded to bless all of these heavenly bodies with the energy of the love and the light of the Creator and the sigils of the planet Venus. It is commanded to invert this energy so that we can receive the love of Venus during the retrograde. Amen. Take a deep, deep breath in your nose. And as you exhale, slowly open your eyes. Whew.
I love Alex's clearings. They're so amazing.
It's just fun for me. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like we can open up some questions if anyone has any questions for us.
Yeah.
We'd love to jump in and answer anything.
Yeah, if anyone has a question, go ahead and type it in the chat box, or you can raise your hand digitally.
Cool.
Anybody? Oh, there we go.
Allie, I've had major brain fog lately and I can't seem to get it out no matter how much I meditate. What am I doing wrong? Okay, let me hold on a second. So brain fog, Allie. Allie, can you unmute yourself? Are you okay with that?
Do you hear me well?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. So brain fog when you try to meditate, is that correct?
Mostly just brain fog all day.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look and see where that's coming from. So go ahead and actually everyone close their eyes, because there is something that we could all receive from Allie as well. So we're not individual when it comes to all of this, to be perfectly honest with you. Creator is commanded to do scanning on Allie. Is it in the third eye? Yeah. So Allie, I'm going to ask you truth and then ask you a question, and then you're going to give me an immediate yes or no. You ready?
Yes.
Truth, do you have any energy stuck in your third eye?
Yes.
Got it. Truth, is it from your mother?
Yes.
Truth, is it from your father?
Yes.
Truth, do you have any entities stuck in your forehead?
Yes.
Great. Okay, cool. All right. Do I have permission to clear all of that out of you?
Yes.
Okay. Creator, it is commanded to clear all of the demons, generational demons, curses, generational curses, soul fragments, waywards, and any other dispirited negative energies between Allie and her entire matriarchal, patriarchal lineage to be sent to the light, core level, genetic level, history level, soul level, DNA, RNA, master cell, pineal gland, all lifetimes, all dimensions, all realms, mitochondria of the cells. Woo! Thank you, show me. There we go. Woo! Whoa. It is done. It is done. Replace this with unconditional love, freedom from pain and suffering, and show Allie what that feels like. And so, Allie, you're going to rest your fingertips on your third eye like this. And then you're going to slowly imagine that you're pulling energy out of your third eye. And you're going to hold it in front of you. Tell me what color and shape it looks like.
Purple.
Purple circle?
Yeah.
Allie has a purple circle. Okay, so purple is the color of courage and the color of vigor, but it's also in the crown chakra. So you actually the opposite of your brain fog is expansion, right? So do me a big favor and kind of hold the purple circle in front of you like you're blowing a dandelion, and take a deep breath within. And as you exhale, you're just going to shatter it into dust. There you go. And then you're going to see that the violet light is shimmering over your body like stardust. There we go. And now, Creator, it is commanded to instill and imbue into Allie's third eye and her crown chakra down into the root chakra and all of the chakras, the love and the light of God. And what generative energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be, Allie, to have ease, joy, grace, and glory with all of your endeavors in your meditations? Creator, it is commanded to integrate everything in this session shower off an iridescent bright white light.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. Next.
It's always amazing watching you do this, Alexander. Right? And it helps everybody. It's amazing.
Thank you, my love. It's a pleasure to even just be in this body, to be honest with you. So,
Does anyone else have anything else that they want to share or any questions to ask? Oh, there we go. I see Amanda raising her hand. Amanda, yeah, go ahead and you can ask a question.
Yeah. So maybe this is disempowering, but it seems to be confirmed by two people. One is my birth chart, or at least the Chinese one, shows that I'm afraid of my husband.
You're afraid of your husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
it feel? Does that feel? Yeah.
Huh?
Do you feel that?
Of course, yeah, I feel it. But is it something just to let it be for this one? Because like someone else has also said that he used to be my enemy in previous lives, past lives. Yeah, so now he's exacting revenge.
Lindsay, that's Lindsay, you already know. Do you want to do it?
Do you want to do a quick Akashic reading?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if I have to open the records. I feel like I'm already getting stuff.
You don't, baby love, you already are there. You don't.
Well, let's do it super fast. Okay. So your full legal name, Amanda Ong?
No, it's Ong Yuk Lin.
Ong Yu Lee?
Yeah, YUK-LIN. Yuk
Ong
Lin, yeah.
Yu Min. Okay, let's do. I don't know if we could do it super fast, but okay. Ong Yu Lee. Okay. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. Oh, Holy Spirit of God, help me to know, one more time, Ong Yu Lee. Sorry. In the light of the Akashic Records, can you spell it for me? Because I want to say it right. It's important.
Sure.
Yeah. Very important. Thank you. Ong Yuk Lin. In the light of the Akashic Records, to see Ong Yuk Lin through the eyes of the Lords of the Records and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of Ong Yuk Lin have for her. The records are now open. So I'm feeling fire all over my body. I'm feeling fire. I'm feeling like this is all like the back of my neck, like everything fire. I'm getting catch a fire, like caught on fire. And it's coming from like the heart space. So they're giving the words burned you, he burned you. And it's quite literally. So there's this, so the fear, so I'm feeling all the pain, like fear, like when you get right up the back, like chills up the back of your neck, like up back. So it's hot. I'm feeling like super, super hot. And this is all just like flames. So it could be like quite literally burned you. Let me see. Why is she afraid of her husband? Reactor, reaction. Yeah, reactor, reaction, past lives. So how can we alleviate some of this? They're putting there's lots of pressure in the tops of my shoulders, and they're saying turmoil and torture, and they're making me go like this, like you need to like it's like, it feels like break free of chains. Break free of chains. Like I have to, you know, I have to stretch my back. Like it's like you have two big chains on, like holding you, and they're actually showing me the devil card in tarot.
Mhm.
And like understand that card, the shackles are loose and they can slide out. And these chains, these heavy chains, they're heavy and they're holding you, but you can slip them off. So, and now it's bringing back to disempowering, empowering, and maybe this is why this was coming through so strongly earlier. But you like take your power back and just know that you can slip off the chains. Okay? Okay. That's not easy. I know that's not easy, but Alex, I don't know. Do you feel anything from that? Yeah.
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 So, Amanda, what is your husband's name?
Birth name or
No, just
what
his first name.
Roger?
Roger. Okay. Close your eyes, Amanda. Creator just commanded to show Roger to Amanda from your divine understanding and perspective. I understand my husband. I understand my husband through the eyes of God. Oh yeah, totally. Creator just commanded to clear all the hooks, ties, cords, any energetic attachments, psychic hooks and psychic attacks between Amanda and her husband to be sent to the light, core level, genetic level, history level, soul level, DNA, RNA, master cell, pineal gland, all lifetimes, all dimensions, all realms, mitochondria of the cells. Thank you, show me. It is done, it is done. Replace this with unconditional love, freedom from pain and suffering. Creator is commanded to clear all the demons, generational demons, curses, generational curses, soul fragments, waywards, and any other dispirited negative energies between Amanda and her husband to be sent to the light. Core level, genetic level, history level, soul level, DNA, RNA, master cell, pineal gland, all lifetimes, all dimensions, all realms, mitochondria of the cells. Thank you, show me. Creator, it is commanded to clear all of the shock, stress, and trauma, and all the emotional baggage between Amanda and her husband, anger, rage, fury, hate, blame, shame, guilt, irritation, frustration, annoyance, being mad, volcano-like rage that results in bitterness, resentment, envy, and jealousy. Sense your light. There we go. Core level, genetic level, history level, soul level, DNA, RNA, master cell, pineal gland, all lifetimes, all dimensions, all realms, mitochondria of the cells. Thank you, show me. It is done, it is done. Replace this with unconditional love, freedom from pain and suffering. Understand that your husband is who he is, the way he is, with the consciousness level that he has available to him in the next 10 seconds. And repeat after me, Amanda. I forgive Roger.
I forgive Roger.
And I release him.
And I release him.
To God's love.
To God's love.
And to God's light.
And to God's light.
Whew. There we go.
Yeah, and you know, they were showing you standing in front of a man, so this is your husband, and he's standing up and you were on your knees. And then they just showed you just stand up. Just stand up. And then when you're like this, you're equal, right? And then you're facing each other, you're equal. And then you can step away, you can walk away, but they're showing that, like they're saying, like, take your power back. You can stand up. Don't give up your power. You can stand up. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I should say the closing prayer. I'll say it quietly.
Is it Yosa or Yusa?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you together.
Yeah.
I know Lindsay well from New York. So,
Cool.
yeah, this is interesting. I came in late, so I missed the first part, and I'm not sure if, I guess my question right now would just be like, and I also work with both systems. So, but I'm curious to just tune in with actually what do you get about what's going on right now? Like, on a planetary basis, like in the collective, is there, did you talk about that maybe before I came on?
I mean,
You did, yeah.
People feel disempowered on a collective scale. A lot of people feel completely disempowered right now, but then they are reclaiming their power at the same time. So, for example, there is this collective energy that's starting to be created where people are actually realizing that they have the power, that it isn't other people that have the power or necessarily world leaders, it is the communities that have the power. So that's starting to slowly kind of like come back,
Yeah, but that brings me basically to on a personal level, I could have a question which would be like, what will it take for me to stop? I've been wanting to make a big move for a while, actually out to the West Coast, where you guys are. And it's been taking, from my perspective, from a timeline, it's been taking so long to get that, just the choice is there, but getting it actualized, because we're like two souls together in this. So yeah, I'm curious just to, see if there's anything quick that you might see that, I feel like I'm just like, I'm doing the same thing over and over again. It's like I'm a little bit in that same, and it feels very much like a New York vortex that is just like not wanting to let go of me somehow.
Oh, yeah, got it. Okay. I already have something.
Okay.
Okay. So already off the bat, there's a couple of things. So how do I say your name properly so I don't mess it up?
Yosa Goodlife.
Yosa. Hi, Yosa.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay. Hi. So truth, Yosa, are you stuck in a vortex?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Truth, Yosa, do you have any entities you need to be cleared?
All the time.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, yeah. So, okay, cool. And truth,
I
truth,
actually feel this time it's higher. It's actually because there's always like these smaller entities, but actually when you asked the question, I got like, it's actually much bigger.
Yeah, so okay, so this brings us to a topic that is really important. So I want everyone to understand that this is not to scare you or anything like that, but there are more disembodied beings in the world than there are people alive. And there are different levels of entities. And there is this huge sort of power that is almost trying to separate us all from each other to come together. And I've been feeling it for a while, so I'm really glad that you made us aware of that. So we're going to clear that out of you and probably out of the rest of us. So go ahead and close your eyes. Anywhere and everywhere you are invoking and perpetrating, either by accident, by boredom, consciously or subconsciously, all of the vortexes and the entities of all past lifetimes, creations, and different dimensional realities, parallel lives, and alternate universes. It is commanded to revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate all of those energies. It is commanded to collapse all of the timelines around you that are holding you back from coming to the West Coast. It is commanded to destroy and uncreate all of those energies. And who is this? You are a upper tier entity from the fifth circle. Okay, well, you got to go. So who are you? Who are you before that? What was your job 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 before that? Who would you like to be in the future? What would you like to be in the future? Is your soul family calling you? Is your soul family calling you? Is your soul family calling you? Would you like to be transmuted into light? Demon, return from whence you came, never to return again to this heavenly body or this reality for all eternity. Return from whence you came, never to return again to this heavenly body or this reality for all eternity. Gabriel before you, Raphael behind you, Michael to your right, Uriel on your left side in the circle of fire. Amen. There you go.
Dang. Woo!
Yeah.
That was powerful.
Yeah, let's do it.
Did everybody feel a little something from that? I felt I got a little dull headache when that was being told.
Yeah, it's a lot to come out, you know, but it's we got to do the work, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Allie, Allie, you're so welcome, my love. I have to go now. Oh, I'm sorry, Carol. Come back another time. Allie, how do I find out about my past life? I have dreams often and they are vivid, and I feel like I lived on another planet. Sorry if that sounds crazy. No, you're not.
It's totally
crazy.
normal. You're in the right place.
No, I've baby love, like lots of planets, lots of stuff. It's okay. Golden planets, blue planets, like weird stuff. Okay. So Allie, can you unmute yourself? Hi. Okay, so just so you know, like this is just to take the edge off for you. We are all different composites of different alien races and different DNAs compositions, and we have all of these gifts and skills because they're already, again, encoded in our DNA. So you're not crazy, you're not wrong, you just haven't necessarily accessed it yet. So you want to access it?
Sure.
Okay, great. So this is gonna be fun for everybody. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. Whew. Creator, it is commanded to connect us all to the light and to shed light on Allie's past life where she lived on a planet. Creator, it is commanded to destroy and uncreate all of the blocks to receiving this information. Violet light that I am, God that I am, violet light that I am, God that I am, violet light that I am, God that I am. Sever the connection to receive the actual expansive energy. So, Allie, truth, did you ever live on Pleiades?
No.
Truth, did you ever live on Andromeda?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Truth, have you lived on many planets?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna start with Andromeda because I think we might be running out of time. So, Allie, I want you to kind of sink inside of your awareness, okay? And I want you to say out loud the word Andromeda.
Andromeda.
And then I want you to tell us what you see. Don't be afraid.
Red.
Uh-huh. Keep going. Yeah.
Happiness.
Like
Sand. Dark red sand. I'm seeing blue now as well.
Yeah.
Blue, red. It's more of a feeling. It's just very calm.
Yeah. And so just to so then, well, there's something else. So truth, are the people of Andromeda peaceful?
Yes.
Yeah. So Creator is commanded to instill and imbue all of the encoding in the DNA. Why is it saying proxy? I don't even know what that word means, into the energy of Allie's body to be downloaded and integrated. There we go. Instilling, harmonizing, and balancing. Whoop, there we go. It is done. It is done. Replace this with unconditional love, freedom from pain and suffering. There you go.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Whew. Wow.
Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love having you guys on this series, and they're always just such amazing conversations that are had. It looks like we're all done with time, and I'm really looking forward to having you guys up here again soon. So this has been recorded. This is going to be going up on our YouTube page and our Facebook page. We are Canopy, canopy.space, which is a co-working space in San Francisco. Thank you again, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.